Analyses, Rob Tebbutt for Boxing Social. Delighted to be joined here today in LA by Barry Jones. Day after, or the morning after the night before, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury split draw. Barry, first of all, how did you see the fight?
I had Fury still with the knockdowns winning 115, 111, so I had a 4-point difference for Fury. I think a few of those early rounds, where it was very tentative but for both, that were sort of boiled onto the last sort of 20 seconds. And you could have some of those a little bit more to Wilder, maybe. But I still don't see how, even with the knockdowns, how you can have anything but a Fury win. I think he was very hard done by, and also a tremendous performance. Forget about coming back from where he came from. Just a tremendous performance anyway. And a fight, and that last round was just a round to remember for the rest of your life. It really was.
I agree with what you're saying, and if you just looked at the performance in isolation, it is a fantastic performance on away soil. Having said that, it's impossible to ignore what he's been through. Putting it all together, just how great a performance was that last night from Tyson Fury?
It's awe-inspiring, I think. It really is, and I just think that where he's come from, he had no right to be in there. You know where to be in it. No right to be back in the ring, to be honest. Let's be fair. And he looked like a man just spiraling out of control. And he with that self-resolve he has, he brought himself back, got himself in decent shape. And I say about decent shape, Wilder looks like the athlete. He looks great. He's been the active fighter, but it was Fury who finished the stronger after the knockdown. He almost won that last round, almost, even after he'd been knocked down. He never obviously won the round, but he finished the stronger and he looked tremendous. And I just think that self-belief that he has and that confidence he has to come back where he's come from, I think he's almost a role model now. We talk about Anthony Joshua being a role model for young kids, and he really has been, where he's turned his life around. And I know Fury now fits that role also.
So I had a message from a friend of mine, by his own admission, not a hardcore boxing fan. He said to me, why is Fury so good? How is he so good? He doesn't look like an athlete, he doesn't look like this, doesn't look like that. Explain to people what makes Tyson Fury the kind of enigmatic talent that he is.
I think some things are just natural gifts. What he has is speed. Forget about his hand speed, foot speed, tremendous foot speed. Your feet are everything, for your balance, even for power when you sit down and set yourself. But his movement is something special. But also he's a pure boxer. In this day and age where everyone's worried about nutrition, which is very important of course, and CrossFit and all this stuff, getting different training methods to be strong and looking the part and cosmetically looking beautiful. He just worries about the old-fashioned boxing techniques, and I think he trains in an old-fashioned way. And I think it's proven that sometimes that is the best. All these other things are great to add on to you, but you've got to remember the core ingredients of what makes you a good boxer. And he is just a pure boxing man. Back in the boxers were never really cut to pieces like they are nowadays. That's a new phenomenon. And you get fighters like that, but it's few and far between. Nowadays, everyone looks cosmetically beautiful. But Fury's just shown that heavyweights, the greatest of heavyweights, haven't really been that good in physical appearances, and he just has great. He has a great vision. I don't think he goes in with a plan. I genuinely think that he literally just thinks on his feet. So that's a special fighter. Usually, very few fighters can change the pattern of a fight. Can react to certain things. And I think his whole demeanour is reacting to what the other guy does, and he does it so well.
Iconic moment of the fight has to be the knockdown in the 12th round. You were as close to that as anybody. What did you make of that? Did you expect him to get up?
I was literally on my feet with my hands on my head going, what's happened? What's going on here now? Why did you drop your hands? Why did you engage? I thought you just run away. You run away for the last round. You've won the fight, in my mind. And if the referee would have waved it off when he was on the floor, you would have said, good call, ref, because he's in no state to continue. But he got up somehow, and even then when he got up, you're thinking, I was shouting, take a knee. I forgot I was working. I mean, take a knee. Because I thought he had enough scope in the scorecard to take the rest and to run down the clock. But he's a fighting man. They say it all the time, and it's his phrase, but he is a fighting man, right onto his core being, and he just wanted to show that he could push Wilder back. And I think Wilder will regret not starting faster. And he needed to if he could, make Fury work hard and work fast, and he couldn't do it, or wasn't able, or didn't realise that he had to do that, and Fury got into his rhythm, and once I think that's hard to break. But that last round was one of the great rounds of boxing.
Just final question. Inevitably, talk of a rematch happened as soon as the word draw was mentioned. Obviously, Anthony Joshua is the other one in the division who holds the belts. What would you like to see next? Would you like to see these guys run it back, or would you like to see Wilder or Joshua go on to face Wilder or Fury face Joshua?
We all want to see Joshua and Fury, of course we do, but I think this fight needs to be concluded. I think the draw financially hasn't done either one any harm, of course. And where it lands, in the UK or in Vegas or something like that, it'll do big figures in TV and on the gate, of course. And then all gears up to Joshua, because Joshua still is the money fight for everyone right now. He really is, and so we want Fury to win the return. I think they should have a rematch. I hope that happens. And I think Fury's shown that he can win now, which I didn't think he would. I got to be honest, hold my hands up, I didn't think he would win. And he proved to me now he can win without a shadow of a doubt. And then we hopefully get Fury and Joshua, and that will be, and I said this a few years ago, that will be one of the biggest fights in boxing history.
Just finally, a word on this man who you can't see because there's a big pole in the way, Ben Davison. How much credit does he deserve for the job that he's done with Tyson Fury? I think when they started training, he was 24 years old, and he's managed to take Tyson Fury from where he was to where he is now.
I think trainers never used to get any credit. And then, from my opinion, I think they got too much credit. Because as good a trainer you are, you're only as good as your boxer. I believe that. But a good cornerman and a good trainer is worth his weight in gold. And I know Ben, just because he was new, and no one knew who he is, I think he proved his worth. Because forget it, Tyson's an enigma. Tyson do what he wants to do. But the calm presence in the corner was really helped Tyson. Keeping calm, relaxed. It was good advice. It wasn't too much either. He knows Tyson's that thinks on his feet, so he let him do his own little calculations of what he should do. But it was just little snippets of information of what was going on. Just relax, just do this, do that, don't do too much, don't get carried away. And I think he proved himself. And I think now, after this fight, his gym will be a busy gym. And he deserves it, because he's taking a lot of flack, and he's not trying to take the credit. He's deflected it all back to Tyson. He's the man, and you've got to like that about him. And I don't know Ben personally, but I think he did a great job, and I think he'll have a big stable now after this. Just
finally, who wins the rematch, Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder?
Fury, no, you can't. How can you bet against him? I think he'd be better. No, obviously he had no real major fights coming into this one, but now he's had this fight. No, and the training camp, and he'd be in better shape, you would think, in the next fight. You have to go for Fury after that performance.
Okay, well, Barry Jones, always a pleasure catching up with you. First time we've actually done this. Let's not make it the last. Look forward to catching up with you soon.
Cheers, Rob. Nice to see you, mate.
Cheers, fella. Nice one. Cheers.